Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Patkai Bus. I'm Surza Anar, your anchor for today, and right now I'm outside Banrock, where the graduation ceremony organized by Patkai Christian College is currently being held for the batch of 2025. Our distinguished speaker for today is none other than Mrs. Zutanlo Paton, IFS, Conservator of Forest, Kohima, Nagaland. Now without any further delay, let's get into the program.
This morning we gather in gratitude to God, whose goodness and grace have carried our graduates to this defining moment. It is His faithfulness that has sustained them and His hand that continues to lead them into all that lies ahead. To our graduates, congratulations.
Shall we bow our heads? Pray. Lord, we have been watchmen over this institution, day and night for over 50 years. We thank you for such a faithful, such a great, merciful, loving Heavenly Father.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Principal Emeritus, Board Chairman, Principal, esteemed guests, beloved families, my dear friends, and my fellow graduates who, here dressed like rejected Hogwarts applicants, are sweating under these robes like a overcooked tumbling, which I've seen right outside there a few minutes ago. So thank you all for being here on this glorious yet bittersweet and mildly dehydrating day.
Our honorable speaker is Mrs. Zutanlo Paton, Conservator for Southern Territorial Circle, Kohima, Nagaland, our Principal Emeritus, Reverend Dr. Tusin A. Shishak, our Principal, Vice Principal, faculty and staff, teachers, parents, well-wishers, students, and of course my fellow graduates. It gives me a great deal of honor to have this privilege to stand before you and deliver this speech on behalf of the undergraduates. It truly means a lot. I thank the college for this opportunity as well.
Respected Reverend Dr. T.A. Shishak, Principal Emeritus, Dr. Tetragite Peru, Principal of Christian College, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, beloved faculty and staff, distinguished guests, students, proud parents, and the graduating class of 2025. It is both an honor and a privilege to be the commencement speaker today as an alumna of this prestigious and hallowed institution. As I look around, I am flooded with memories of all the friendships that were forged, the lessons learned, and the transformative years I spent within this walls. Today, kindly indulge me as I share a few reflections, some words of encouragement, and perhaps some heart-earned wisdom as you step into a new chapter of your lives. My 3 years here at Patkai was nothing short of magical. Like all of you, I have passed through this stage, from the nurturing morning chapel and EU fellowships. Yet, like many of you, I graduated with a mix of excitement and anxiety as well, because the future was beckoning with something bright, but nothing was really certain yet. Some classmates seemed to have their futures all mapped out. They had so many plans, like all of you today. I'm sure that not all of you have, the exact idea of what you are about to do from now on. I absolutely had no idea what I was going to do. In those days, guidance was scarce and opportunities felt limited. I asked everyone what their plans were, so that, in the hope that something would speak to me, and prayed fervently for direction. And it came. A friend mentioned an MSc Forestry course in Dehradun, and that time something just clicked. And the moment I held that prospectus, there was a quiet certainty, and I really felt it that, this is it. Here I would like to quote a stanza of the poem by Edgar Albert Guest. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't quit. Now a little bit of reality check. The recent periodic labor force survey report by the Union Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, covering the period from July 2023 to June 2024, ranks Nagaland the second highest in unemployment, just behind Goa. 1 in 4 youth are searching for work. The reasons? There are many, but amongst them, limited industry due to being an agrarian economy traditionally, scarce exposure, and the most damning of all, a mindset that equates success only with government jobs. But listen, the world is vast and opportunities abound. Beyond government service, there are so many options you can consider. I would just like to highlight a few that I have listed over here. In entrepreneurship, as bakers, event planners, artisans, home cooks, etc. Online businesses boomed, especially after COVID. We all know that. And Nagas by default are so good at this. It is worth thinking about these options if you have interest in this. Why am I focusing on all this? It is because now you are graduates, you are postgraduates. Now it's time to really start thinking about your career. And so these are some of the options that I would just like to place before you. In private sectors, in finance as an investment banker or in banking, education, private colleges, schools, online education, tutoring. Then we have the corporate career options in marketing as market research analyst, digital marketing specialist. The list is endless actually. So don't wait for a job, create one if you must really. Start small. Dignity lies in effort, not in the job title. I would like to share 2 inspirational stories with you today to fuel your fire. One is about Colonel Sanders. At 65, he was broke and he was a school dropout. He hit the road with a fried chicken recipe. He was rejected 1,009 times before finally succeeding, and that's how KFC was born. Who doesn't love KFC, right? The other is about Abraham Lincoln. He was born into poverty and he faced defeat after defeat. But he never gave up. He went on to become one of the greatest presidents of the United States of America, leading the nation through the Civil War and playing a pivotal role in abolishing slavery. And both these stories, both Colonel Sanders and Abraham Lincoln, their stories remind us that success comes not from where you begin, but from how determined you are to keep going.
We shall now proceed with the presentation ceremony. This is a very significant moment of today's celebration, a time that we take, we pause and we acknowledge the consistency and the hard work of our dear students over the past few years. A couple of remarks before we proceed. I'll be calling out the names and I'll also be mentioning CGPA, which stands for the Cumulative Grade Point Award. This is on a scale of 10. For those of us who are familiar with percentage, if I mention 9 point something, it reflects around in the percentage of 90%. Just for awareness. Okay, we shall now proceed to the award of the gold medalists. This is for the award of gold medalists from all the respective departments. This includes the certificate, a gold medal, and cash award.
are you feeling at this moment?
Thank you very much. If you ask me about how I'm feeling right now, I'm feeling very grateful. I'm feeling really excited and I'm feeling really proud.
Okay, then is there anyone you would like to thank today for your academic journey?
Definitely, there's not only one, but there are many of them to whom I'm really grateful. First of all, it's to God, and I'm also grateful to my parents who have been supporting me and providing everything that I needed to get this degree. Also, I would like to thank my mentors, our teachers who have been, continuously supporting, and whatever I've done in the department, they have always been very supportive of it, and they have always encouraged me to do anything and everything. So I'm really grateful to my mentors, my parents, and to God. And also my fellow juniors and friends. They have really been a great source of encouragement to me throughout these 3 years, for which I'm really grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now, congratulations on graduating. I'm sure you must be feeling great.
Thank you.
Now, Sis Limaya, now as you were the president of the batch 2024, now I'm sure it must be really hard to maintain your timing and all, but how did you still manage to get the topper?
Okay, thank you so much. I think definitely it wasn't easy to be involved in so many extracurricular work, and to manage studies. Definitely not an easy task. I think what helps is to know what you want. I think it's important for us to set our goals straight. So when you know what you want, you go for what you want. You do things that will lead you to reach what you want to reach. And for me, in Patkai, in college, I wanted to get holistic growth. I wanted to get something, as well as I wanted to contribute to the college. So I had that in mind. And so I think a lot of students, they tend to, if they want to do well in their academics, they tend to focus only on academics and nothing else. But I think it's important for us to focus on all aspects of our life, our interests, hobbies, and other responsibilities. So for me, having that mindset of holistic growth in mind and the desire to contribute, it helped me to, I think, have more discipline, and that led to perhaps time management, and by the grace of God, I have been able to achieve this.
Okay, thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
So congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you.
Now, if you were to go back to your past self and give an advice to your first year self, what would you give?
Thank you for the question. The advice that I would give myself is, firstly, never miss any opportunity that life gives you, and secondly, nothing lasts forever in life. So no matter how bad or good the chapter may be, the story must go on. So no matter how peril the path may be, make God your guide and cherish every moment. Thank you.
Thank you so much. आंटी अंकल अपनी ला बच्चा ग्रेजुएट हुई ने फर्स्ट गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट पाइने तो अपने खान तो खुशी पाई देगा ना तो होली अपने खान किना लगे सीचा
আমি কান লা বাচ্চা ইসাম পলে বুংচা তো তাই গোল্ড মেডেলিস্ট পাইছে বেশি খুশি পাইছে এইটো তাই বি ভাল প্রা পুরিছলা কিন্তু তাই লাগা ফ্যাকাল্টিজ কান তইলে তাইকে ভাল প্রা মতো কুরান ঘুরি দিয়া নিমিতে তাই বি ইনিকা পাইছে আৰু এইটো সব তইলে বি সব লাও পৰ্টেলে বি ঈশ্বৰ তাইক বি মতো কৰি দিছে এইটো নিমিতে আমি ফাৰ্ষ্ট হলে ঈশ্বৰৰ ধন্যবাদ দি আছে এইটো পিছে তাই লা ফ্যাকাল্টিজ কান কইলে বি আমি কান খুশি পাইছে তাই কান বেছি থ্যাঙ্ক দি আছে
With this, we've come to the end of today's celebration. To the outgoing batch of 2025, congratulations once again. May your journey be filled with purpose, passion, and pride. May you keep on shining. This is Surata Anar signing off with camera person Hosia. Do subscribe to Patkai Bus for more content. Thank you.